For Jesus Warriors Club, war activities, in brackets, sunrise from Masada and weighing on the scales. I've written Mizani in Kiswahili, which means scales. So I've put Mizani in brackets. As I begin this, I want to introduce you to two resource people. A resource person is a person with information and gives information about a certain thing. So the first one is Alpha Blondie from Ivory Coast with an old school hit, Masada. There was an Edomite king in Israel. There was a line of Edomite kings. Edom means Esau. It's the other name for Esau, the firstborn of Isaac. So there was Esau or Edom, and there was Jacob, the one we call Israel. So there was a king in Israel, an Edomite king called Herod the Great. He built several places, including a fort called Masada. So today I'm going to talk about Masada. Masada was a fort that was inside in a place that was inaccessible. So whenever Herod felt danger, he would retreat to Masada. It was a fort that could not be easily penetrated. So when Herod died, and after many years, the Israelites were under the rule of the Romans. The Roman Empire extended to that end. And there was a time when they rebelled. When they rebelled against the Roman Empire, those who rebelled took refuge in Masada fort. The Romans came, and famously, as you know, they were an army that was full of engineers. They created siege machines and laid siege to Masada. After some time, they were able to scale the hill with the attacks that were there, guerrilla attacks. And when they reached the top, they burned the fence, preparing to invade the place the following day. The Israelites who were held inside could not wait to be killed. And what they did was they committed mass suicide so that none could be taken captive alive. That's what they did. And the Israelites swear up to this day, there will never be another Masada. No Masada. Masada will never fall again. And they talk of what happened when Samson had been betrayed to the Philistines, and when his hair grew, he pulled down the temple and went down with everybody. So they always say, if they are put under siege, where there's no survivor, they'll never be taken as slaves, but will pull down the world with them. That is the Masada story. I'm going to talk about another resource person called Bebe Cool from Uganda with another old school song called Mizani, or scales, weighing scales. And he talks of things that happen in life. A musician talking about when we wake up, it's like we are in a battlefield. We are weighed by God in everything that we do. So he sings of Mizani. There is tutor, there is what, there are those things that people do there, but that's not where you are weighed from. You are weighed from your activities, your life, the way you live. You should approach life like warfare, because God weighs you on the scale and everything is weighed for you in the scale. I listened to that, and as Kariango for barefoot, or Mombasa Mvita, or Hoka teacher, and 1 degree teacher, all combined alike in combined like in a Jesus combination electric power pack. You remember the first thing that was given on Christmas. By the way, Christmas Day is when my dad was also born, and he passed just sometime, was it Christmas? Yeah, around close to that time. It was on Labor Day, not Labor Day. It was after Christmas. Just some, I can't remember. I'll get that, but he was born on Christmas Day, and my late dad, and I was given this on Christmas Day, the Jesus combination electric power pack. That was the first thing that came in this struggle. There have been other changes that have been happening behind the curtains, though you may not notice much. But Jesus is changing Kenya, Jesus is changing East Africa, Jesus is changing the world. You will come to see it as time goes by. But like any other person going through this, there are hardships that come with it. That's why I say it is battle. It is battle. I'm in the battleground. It's Jesus fighting. It is God fighting. Because Jesus says, you will not wage a war. I'll fight for you. I always remember a place in the Bible where it's written, when you go to the battlefield and you see many chariots and many men, do not be afraid, for the Lord your God will fight for you. So far, it is God. So far. Not me, not anything else. It is Jesus. It is God. So, I'm talking about a Masada-like siege for me. It has been going on. You've seen my past videos. Those who just started seeing from the beginning will not understand. But if you've gone in the past, I think now you understand what I'm saying. You understand what I'm experiencing. And you understand what the Lord God is doing. Like today when I was singing, Jesus, yeah, I was singing with a lot of joy. Because Jesus is doing something visible. Visible. There are more things that Jesus has in store for us. But like I told you in the other videos, when Jesus is preparing something, the enemy prepares. And what they do, they try to put you in a poverty situation. They call it poverty statunga. You should not get money, you should not get anything, so that you are demoralized, you lose focus, and you lose the battle. That's what has been going on for me. I told you what happened before the new year. I went someplace trying to ask, it was in the revenue place anyway, the revenue place, and I wanted to ask for something with my card for the child. And you know what I was told? Before I could be answered to, I was told, let me see. First of all, you've got rental houses which you have not paid the taxes for. I've never owned rental houses. And I was supposed to do it in a town called Nakuru. I came out of there demoralized. I thought of complaining, but I didn't launch a formal complaint. I was told I could not be served in that. My station for service is Nakuru town. I was surprised because the revenue people serve people everywhere. I left the place. After some time I went to the banks, about 3 major banks, and there are products for the disabled. I went to the banks. To my surprise, I was told there are no such a things in the banks, like anything for the disabled. It is the parents who are able, who take loans to take care of them, and there are no startups. What you take is to improve the business. And I was told that the earliest I was told is I have to run an account, and I'm observed for about, was it 6 months? Another one was 1 year, and then so it was contrary to what is there. I left. I complained to the Society for the Disabled. I wrote. I've never gotten an answer back, but I'll try to talk and see what they got there. But that aside, it does not mean that there is nothing that can go on. because there are grants that are given for people with innovations. These are innovations that you have been seeing from the past. If you are able to see, they can need development. And anybody, there was a time when people, I was told in psychic, people wanted to carry out certain things, portray me as a very poor person, and then make money in the foreign countries and use that money after me. That is what they say, benefiting from Hidi, a hidden person. And there was a time when I put in YouTube something saying these accounts would only need help for producing this program, because I didn't need help that time for anything. And there were rumors that abroad things were being done under these guys to make money. I put that as a sign to declare that that time I didn't need anything. Those accounts are still on YouTube. Now I'm under siege. If anybody has anything that can be able to help promote this, or now be able to something to help this innovation be put down, then now you can feel free to do anything about it, because that time there was no need. This time I've been put in a poverty statunga situation. Everything is blocked. Strange enough, I told you about those happenings and what happened to the banks, and I didn't finish with the last week. When I left the place, Nakuru, I left the house. I've never attended. I went there when I took a few things, and the things have been there. I got a report. I don't know how reliable or unreliable. That the things I left in the house were all swept clean. The house is empty. So the attack is on. That is what happens in battle. You lose some things you gain, some things it is battle. That is last week. So the battle is on. And Jesus is bringing good things, God is bringing good things. I am in the battlefield. And so are many. I told you, this is a time of enlightenment, and many will get into this enlightenment. Some people will get hated the way, because my approach has been rough, has been brash. But I tell the truth. And when you are in that situation, some truths will interfere with other people's earnings, will interfere with other people's progress. They are the truths, but they will not like you for that truth. So I know many hate me because I have said some truths that are supposed to be hidden. You are told now you are a Christian or you are this person. Some things should not be said. They should be said. They are no secrets. If people are daring enough to do them, then they should be said. So there has been that situation. There has been that siege for my financial or whatever thing to happen. But God is great. I've been surviving. Other things have not been put under siege. God is good. So that's why I'm saying that there's some things I need to develop. If you feel touched, I never say you must or you will be greatly rewarded. No. If you feel touched, you would like to participate in the warfare and uplift everything, be obliged to do so. That has gone on, and I always think of when Elijah was fleeing and things were tough, and he fled to the brook, and he lay down, and an angel of God came and he was saying, "Oh God, take me, kill me." Then God asks him, "Why?" Then he says, "I'm the only prophet left in Israel and they want to kill me." And God tells him, "No, you are wrong. There you are wrong. Was it 5,000 or more who have not put down their knee to Baal?" So in situations like this, that was a situation where one person would be uplifted and enlightened. This is a situation, like I told you in the past, where many people are enlightened. It's not only me. There are many others. Listen to them. You will listen to wisdom everywhere. They are not only 5,000. There are many. If you feel you are amongst those that have not bowed down to Baal and would like the work of Jesus to progress, be obliged to do something. But I'm telling you, there is one thing. We shall not have Masada. No. Jesus died for us So we shall not die for Jesus? No. Jesus protects us. We shall not fight direct. Jesus fights for us. So be assured of greater things to come, because God has greater things in store. Be assured of greater hurting truths to be told, because when they come, I'll tell them the way it is. That is what I'll not compromise on. I'll not cheat so that people give me favors. No. If you expect, that's why from the beginning I told you, if I say obliged, please, you may give something and get a rebuke. It's not that when you need, I will, no. I talk the way I talk. I'll not change my talking because there is a situation that needs something to be done. No. God keeps us going. So, like I say, we shall witness the rising sun from Masada. And God is going to weigh each one of us on the weighing scales, Mizani. There was a time when I had taken refuge in a church, and we would pray, and I had taken it as my best. I wrote and I used to watch. There was never any reply. Eventually, what I was getting from there was withdrawn. I came to realize they were under siege, so they gave up. That was another place in Nairobi. So that's why I told you, Jesus stands for you. Do not put your trust in anybody. And if you want to do anything, not that you will be rich, you will be what? That will be a lie. These are the lies that are told. No. You would lift up God's work the way it is. And if God blesses you and uplifts you in it, so be it. But the way things are, we are moving. We're in the battlefield. I am moving. I am in the battlefield. I rely on God. I know God will take care of everything. But I just wanted to bring you forward and tell you good things are happening. Better things are yet to come. This is the beginning. You remember I talked of Operation Vanya. Operation Vanya has begun with the electric pack and the attack kit. And God is going to take us places. It will be in technology. It will be in other fields. It will be spiritually. People of different visitations. I'm not only talking of Christians. I'm talking of Muslims. I'm talking of Hindus. I'm talking of those who believe in faith and believe that God does the changes. God is going to do a change for us. God is revealing, exposing things that will never have been exposed. Because it is a time to eat the fruit, the time to know the truth. And people hate the truth. Because the truth sometimes removes people from their comfort zones. But truth be told, because it will be the truth. In this battle, God will win as usual. And what is happening is that everything that was to sabotage God's way, because I told you this is an end of a term, an end of a battle. And this is the time when we were told the earth is going to come to an end. No. Some kinds of sacrifices and some kinds of altars, sacrifices, physical, are coming to an end. And God is going to make many people knowledgeable. But for those who remain, there is going to be an increase of knowledge. We are remaining. It's only that the altars and whatever that was there is going over. It is their last days. Truth be told, it is the last days of certain economic formations, certain military formations, certain systems that knew they would last forever. It's just like when there was Pax Romana, the Romans knew they were in charge of everything. And things happened. Mount Vesuvius erupted, volcano covered two towns, Pompeii and Herculaneum, and they said the end was here. The earth is ending. The volcanoes are spitting fire. But after that, another time comes. It's over 1,000 years, almost 2,000 years. So what is happening? God is making another change. We are lucky to be witnessing that change. Another back term, another change of an era. This might be the change that God had written for us and we never got to know about it. He will beat swords into plowshares. This is a time when God is going to use our army. You remember the Dolabro thing? Armies to build up. The weapons we thought we would fight with would be of benefit to us. And many other things. And they are going to come through many people, not one person. Many people who have been enlightened by God. You're going to have so much. Like this one I told you is a follow-up of what happened in Gerar in Ethiopia. There are things going to happen from Kenya. There are things going to happen from other places. There are things going to happen from outside Africa. It's an enlightenment age. Things are changing. Truth is going to be known. Be ready for the changes. Yes, changes are coming. Be ready. We shall witness the rising sun from Masada. Masada will never go down again. No, we are rising. We are rising. We're going to have changes, fresh changes. That's my take for now.